Hello and welcome to a slightly earlier stream. I'm doing my best not to stick my hands up in the air like this every single time I start a stream. It's very tempting, it's very hard not to do, but I guess I just did it anyway. Oh well, too bad. So we're here today. The title of the stream kind of gives everything away, but whatever, doesn't bother me. So I'm just gonna kind of jump straight into things. I'm not gonna think too much about this. We're just going to jump right into it. Put on a little bit of music. Not blow our eardrums out. It's always kind of hard to tell with the lo-fi beats because some of them are loud, some of them are quiet, but we're going. So I'm making the King of Steam Part 2. We're making another King of Steam. The first one I don't really like. I'll go ahead and show the first one just so we're looking at them, just so we know what we're dealing with. In fact, I could even probably just edit on that document while I'm thinking about it. So let me hold up. I'm popping it up right now. The way I've organized everything is a little new. It's a little weird looking. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Is that him? That's him. There he is. So this is our old model. We messed up our HDRI, so let's fix that. But yeah, this is our old model. He's what he is. He's a guy. He's a dude. He's hanging out. But yeah, he's not what we want. I made a different character recently, and I used a different sort of system than this. And so I want to use that new model, that new system of modeling, a little bit more. Simo! This wasn't too long ago. I think it was like maybe a month or two ago. Some of the textures are missing. That's okay. But yeah, this is just not the art style anymore. I'm still very early into what art style means for me, but this is not it. It's going to be similar. There's going to be a lot of things in common with this. It's not going to be too dissimilar from this, but it's not going to be this. So there's a couple things I want to do first before we get too into this. First off, I don't use world settings anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. We have two arms, and I want to op-end one thing that I made very recently, which is right here. Oh no, I've done it wrong. No, that should do it. Okay, we're good. Cool, there he is. So I made this recently. Hopefully everything contained itself. Hello? The heck was that? What is happening? Hold on. If I rotate you, and now I can move you, and you're good, and you're all there? Okay, that was weird. That was very strange. Okay, so I made this recently, offline. Pretty proud of it. It's a weird little glass thing. For me, it's gonna be like a halo. So let me make it a little bit bigger, and a little bit skinnier. Probably about there. And what we're going to do is put it to 0 and 0, and we're going to push it back and push it behind the guy. Right, so when we end up making our guy, there's going to be a little halo hanging out behind him. He's going to have a cool little emblem while he's there. He's kind of magical. I just wanted to do a little something. It looked kind of like the hot springs emblem for Japan, like the Japanese hot spring emblem. It's using the color scheme that this game has really kind of identified with, which is this warm red cyan to mineral green. So more and more I'm defining art style. So I think this is it, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But this guy's got to go. This guy's got to go. So tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and pop on the King of Steam here. We're going to pop his arms into here. And get rid of the arms on there. And now everything is contained right here into one. We're missing an arm. Sure, that arm will go right in there. And we're done. That's the King of Steam. Done. So we can go ahead and turn materials off. We got our little icon there. We're going to push that back a little bit so we don't have to think about it. My cursor got messed up, so let me return that to center. It's not exactly... Oh, it's not even close. Sir... I'm sure there's a hotkey for this. Let's see. Return. I don't care. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. We're going to go ahead and begin, as we always do, with a UV sphere using probably like a 54. Sounds about right to me. Let's go full 60. 60 it is. 60 by 30. I think the 2-to-1 ratio is pretty good for UV spheres. It's what its defaults to, so I might as well stick with that. And we're going. So anyway, everything is kind of chill at this point. So Simo, if you're here, how's everything going? How's all the stream stuff going? How's life? How's your penguin drawing? What's up, man? Whoa, I didn't know I was doing all that. We're gonna go ahead and smooth out a good amount of this. That looks about right to me. Yeah, I just saw your penguin drawing. I just commented on it. Yeah, what is that? What is that for? It's very cute. You know what? I think the belly could use a little bit of a divot. I think this might be the technique. Check this out. If I grab this whole thing, subdivide it one time, and this is gonna be a big mistake, but we'll come back to it. And I go to Sculpt. I was doodling and it just came out. I mean, that's fair. Also, I realized I subdivided. I didn't use any smoothness. I've never known about smoothness until now. Always use smoothness. Holy cow, this is the best thing ever. I mean, there's times where you wouldn't want to use it, of course, but like, it is such a good tool to use smoothness. What about stream? What's up with stream? How's your stream life going? We're gonna push just a little bit of a crease on the stomach. Oh man, again, it looks kind of fleshy when you do it. Maybe I just want to leave it like a ball. You know what? We're gonna go simple. Every time I try to go lifelike, I kind of lose myself a little bit. So we're gonna just go really simple. Okay, so looking at this, next I want to do is pull this top up a little bit and lower the smoothing down. And I think this is our guy. So, you know, I'm not very good at character design. I've struggled a lot in the past with character design. You can just look at my last stream if you want to have a perfect example of that. Literally the worst thing I've ever made. To date, the worst thing I've ever made. But we're making this guy. This guy is simple. And he's meant to be simple, not only because I designed it that way so I don't have to stress, but he's also simple just through like the sheer kind of model he is. He's just an easy kind of guy. I'm gonna call this icon. Sure, we can put the M on the end, I don't care. Now we need to grab all of this and scooch it to center because my cursor got messed up. There we go. And back to edit. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna divide this guy in half. I'm not sure yet what to stream. I gotta just think about some things to model, maybe by starting to make trim sheets or something like that. Okay, two things. One, what is a trim sheet? What the heck is a trim sheet? That's some language I've literally never heard before. And then my second thing is I got some questions for you about streaming. I'm gonna turn my headphones down a little bit. Let me know if the music's too loud. I think it's okay on stream. It's just a little loud to me in person. I found a new method for checking if the music is working or not, so I think I can fix it, but man, it's still a weird problem. Still a very strange problem to have. Also, we can go ahead and mirror this real quick. Mirror right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and just do myself a real solid. We're going to cut out all of these. Oh no. Hold on. Oh gosh, this is gonna be such a problem. Let's dissolve all of that into one face. Oh, that's such a terrible idea. What am I thinking? Trim sheets is a useful technique where you make a texture with different sorts of detail. Then you can make a lot of detail, but in unified ways just by UVing models. What? That's way over my head. Oh, I've botched this. I've already botched this. How did this happen? Okay, well, let's go ahead and just take it upon ourselves to fix this. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the mirror real quick. We're gonna go to edit. I'm gonna grab all of this and we're going to dissolve. Google or YouTube it sometime. It's really useful. Sure, I'll check that out. In my mind, I'm pretty sure this is wrong, but in my mind, it sounds a little bit like when you make pre-baked textures, like for scratches and dirt and stuff like that. I'm assuming it's not that, but it sounds a lot like that. My volume is rather low overall. I'm like peaking. My microphone looks like it's peaking on my system. That's strange, because I'm looking at my volume mixer, and it looks like I am good. Like, it looks like I'm literally perfect. Everything I've seen, all the like stuff I've read is perfect. So something about sending it to Twitch is making it quieter. Because, like, my volume mixer is barely touching yellow, which is what I'm told is the best thing for output. So something is wrong as far as, like, the encoding to Twitch goes. But we'll get there. I know it's been a constant struggle. Okay, so we can go ahead and just dissolve those. And we're just gonna go across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure there's more graceful ways that I could have done this. I shouldn't have done this in the first place, but it is what it is. I like the shape. I'd rather take my time and keep the shape than try and redo it. So we're gonna go with this. There we go. We're back to normal. Normal geometry. We got an egg. We're good. So I'm going to go ahead and hide the camera. I hate the camera icon being there. I should probably just remove the camera altogether in my viewport settings just by default. But every time I think of something that I need to quote unquote do, a million different things comes up. So I'll put that on my list. I should really redo my startup file just in general with a lot of little fixes that we've been working on lately. Checkered deselect is your friend. The problem I have with checkered deselect... Okay, hear me out. Let me try it real quick. Let's see if it works, because in my experience, it doesn't work. Okay, so we selected that one, right? And I grab all of them, and we want to checkered deselect. And it does this. And it's like, how do I have any control over this? Like, this doesn't help me. Right? Like, it just seems random. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop on a mirror. Looking pretty good here, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Yeah, you got to select the correct way. Yeah, I don't really get, like, the selection tools. They're, like, really nice when they work, but you're kind of gambling. It's not random, just a checker pattern. I know it's not random, but it's random whether it'll work or not for you. Like, if I make an object, the moment that I choose to checker deselect depends entirely on whether the object is, like, made for it or not. So not random, but just not convenient is what I mean. I kind of like the top of this being flat, but yeah, no, we're good. And I'm going to remove proportional. Okay, so what do I want to do? We want to make a boy. And we got to make him in a very specific way. So here is the idea for me. we're going to go ahead and do slide vertices up. And we're going to slide vertices down. And now I'm going to grab each of these. And we're going to rip them on just the Z. Okay, and now I want to grab you guys and pull you straight down. And we want to make like a mouth. The goal is to make like a little crunchy mouth here. Usually you first select like a ring of edges, then select checker, deselect, then select edge loop. We'll get there one day. I'm just not good enough for that stuff yet. We're getting there. I will get there, though. I mean, I guess everybody else can be the judge of this, but I've been pretty proud of my progress lately. I feel like I've been doing pretty killer. I feel like I've been handling all of this decently well, despite how haphazard my approach to learning has been. I guess haphazard's just the name of the brand. Okay. So that looks pretty strong to me. If we go to object mode, we got a little guy. Oh, he looks great already. Much better than the last one. Already infinitely better than the last one. I'm really inclined to do some subsurfacing eventually, but I kind of think it's the worst idea in the world. So we'll get there. We'll decide later if that's worth it or not. I think what I'm going to do is extrude these teeth out on the inside and do some joining, and we'll get it that way instead of doing a subsurface, but I'm not sure yet. I kind of like him being just a spiky boy. So here's what we want to do. We want to grab him, and we want to edge loop this with 100% smoothness. That didn't really work the way I wanted it to, but let's go ahead and just give it a shot nonetheless. That's a little weird. If I grab you and we just pull you back to center. That looks pretty weird. It needs to be smoothed, that's for sure. Yeah, these guys need to be smoothed. Okay, so let's grab the whole thing and let's try just a little bit of smoothing. No, that's not it. Okay, so instead, I think what I want to do is grab these guys, and I'm going to attempt to do a bevel. And I think a bevel might be a mistake, but we're going to go for it. Why not just use a solidify modifier? The short answer to that is I don't really know what a solidify modifier does. So maybe we will. That looks quite a bit better. That looks quite a bit better. Hold on, let's do the same thing here. You gotta try that. We'll try it. We'll try the solidifier modifier, or the solidify modifier. No problem. I'm totally down with that. That kind of makes him look super cool. I'm kind of inclined to still attempt to combine these together. Let's see what this looks like. I think that's the look. I think that's it. I think that's how we want to do this. I'm going to have to do that front tooth because for whatever reason I forgot to. So we'll do it just like this, and I'm going to keep the top gums rounded for just a second, and we're going to see if this works. Also, I should be using the mirror as my backdrop so I don't accidentally click anything. We're learning, we're getting there. So that should theoretically look pretty good. This being rounded honestly fits the bill a little bit because it looks like it kind of chomps inwards. Cool. Okay, so let's do that center tooth, and then I think we're done with this. Basically extrudes the whole model along normals, aka solidifies it. So I've seen people use solidify modifiers before. I just don't get it. Also, I'm realizing that this is problematic. So we're having trouble with this, which means I might need to try and do this manually. Attempting to do this manually is probably not my best idea ever, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, it worked perfect, actually. Cool, yeah, that'll do. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab you, and we're gonna merge you at last. And now this guy just needs to be popped up just a little bit. Just like that. And that looks just about right to me. 3D models are supposed to have thickness. That shell is basically infinitely thin now. Yeah, I get that part. I understand, like, you know, when you're 3D printing and stuff, you especially have to be weary about it. I'm just doing me at all times, basically. I'm a little bit worried about this geometry right here. I don't love this face right here. I'm kind of thinking about merging down, but we're going to leave it as is for a little bit. There's no reason to complicate everything if there's no reason to. So I'm going to go ahead and just edge slide this guy up. That works. Perfect. In a game engine, if you were to look inside it, you would see through the model as engines have backface culling. Isn't that based on your collision, though? Like, shouldn't you be just setting up better collision? You should be making sure that you don't have, like, you can't get that close to a wall. Like, if you're clipping through a wall, you already have a problem. Like, you've already done it wrong. Like, I get you can fill it full of an object and you can make it clear and all that sort of stuff, but, like, haven't you already messed up at that point? Also, I'm looking at this. Why is this so bad looking? Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and break this. We're going to go ahead and grab you and pull you up to here. No, I get that. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I get backface culling. I get culling in general. Like, we're cool there. I'm just saying, if I'm playing a game and this is a character, I shouldn't have the ability to get inside this guy. Like, I shouldn't be able to do this with the camera. There should be a collision box that hits the camera and then bounces it around the character. So the fact that you would look through an object is already kind of broken. I know what you're saying, and you're talking about just in general, a face could be, like, see-throughable. But in my experience, that hasn't happened. Oh yeah, I know you see inside of it from the crack here. I get that. This is the case where you would use backface, or you would want to fill. But not like a wall. Like, I wouldn't make 3D geometry on a wall or anything like that. Anything solid. I think we're saying the same thing, Simo. I think we're in agreement. I'm pretty satisfied with these teeth, to be honest. This guy looks so good already. He's got so much character. He's a little low poly. I think we'll work on that. In fact, I want to just see what it looks like. XD Scared. I love that name. What's up? How are you doing? Okay, so if we make him really round and mushy... I mean, he looks almost no different. You're doing good. That's good to hear. Are you a 3D modeler? How'd you find us? He looks so much like a Kingdom Hearts enemy. I'm trying to put my finger on it. He looks like a Kingdom Hearts enemy. Honestly, this looks so cute. I think we'll do this, and I will lower the faces down from here. Oh, man, I'm not sure. Okay, so we want the teeth to be sharp. So we'll go for it. You're not a 3D modeler, but you just searched art on Twitch. More power to you. More power to you, for sure. What kind of stuff do you normally watch? Have you seen people 3D model before, or is this a first? I always have a hard time gauging how many 3D modelers we end up having on the platform. Okay. So we have some thickness here. Honestly, I want a little bit more control over the thickness than this, so I'm going to do it manually. The only reason I say that is because I want the teeth to look a very particular way. Otherwise, I would be using that backface culling. Oh, actually... Simo, actually, you might be onto something. Hold on. Let me try applying the mirror first. And then I'm going to come back, and we're going to double check. Your solidify modifier might have been perfect with the mirror already turned on. But with the mirror turned off, I don't think it's going to matter too much. I see the point, though. I really do see it. Okay, cool. So let's clean up the inside of this guy. We're going to go ahead and merge at last for each of these teeth. Okay, Simo, sure. You want me to do it? I need your help then. You're going to have to guide me. So what I want to do is go back. We got mirror turned on. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on solidify with a 0.03 thickness. So here's my conundrum, okay? Here's my problem. I need the teeth to be sharp. I want this guy to meet up on the teeth, and I would like to reduce all of this as much as possible. There's no way to automatically do that, right? Because I think I got the vision. I think I already know what I'm doing. This isn't going to be the Wendigo, I promise. You can apply it and then edit? I guess that's fair. Okay, let's do that. That seems like the exact same thing that I was doing. That's the exact same thing that I was doing, Simo. What are you talking about? No. Because I have to apply the mirror first and then apply the solidify. And I got the same results as last time. What? There's no point. I get that if I was like continuing to edit on it, I would want the solidify so I could watch my edits in real time. But I don't think it's necessary if you already have like a vision, right? What would be... Okay, I guess the better question is, what would be the benefit of doing it this way versus the way I was doing it? It seems a little much. Also, now I have to do the mirror side as well. I'll probably just end up cutting this thing back in half. You have better control over it? I suppose that's true. You could just type in, like, the amount, look at it, type the amount, look at it. That makes sense. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, so we're here. And now we basically just want all this geometry to be as light and unobtrusive as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and just start merging everything I can think to merge together. We want as few polys as possible, especially since none of this is going to be seen. Not only do I want this to render as fast as humanly possible, but I also need to store this on my computer. And when I have like 400 plus models on my computer, there's no reason to keep all of this stuff. You can control the amount it solidifies with vertex groups. That's a cool idea. So I could theoretically make the teeth a different vertex group and make them like really sharp or whatever. Vertex groups are definitely the one thing that I need to like wrap my brain around. Like I get them, I just don't use them. They're not a natural part of my process. Alright, so we're just slowly but surely merging all these guys together. Basically just weight paint the thickness. That's interesting. Okay, I see your point. Thank you for teaching me. I'm just being a bad sport about it. As per the norm. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pop everything on into here. And we're just making everything nice and clean. There's no reason to do all this. That can stay. It's a non-destructive way of doing things. The main pushback that I have against this process is that I already knew what I was doing, and I was only doing one step of the process. I think if this solidify was like the first thing that I was doing, and I was going to be like really going down the rabbit hole of it, I think it makes sense to want to keep it open to editing. But I don't think I was in that boat, because I'm already doing the work that I would have done otherwise. But you did teach me a modifier, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm going to keep it in mind. I'm going to do my best not to get stuck in my old ways, despite only having 3D modeled for such a short period of time. All right, so there's a missing vertice. There he is. You applied a mirror to have... so now you have to do things twice. Yeah, I mean, I needed the mirror. There was no way around the mirror. It was a requirement. The teeth are, like, way too precise for me to try and do manually. Okay, that looks like pretty good geometry to me. So we're going to keep it like that. That's perfect. And now we have... the teeth are sharp and they're thick. I could probably subdivide them a little bit more, but we got a little egg here, so he's cool. He looks so much like something I've seen before. He looks just like something. I'm really trying to put my finger on it, but I guess we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back to edit mode. Let's go and cut him in half. Everybody who's rolling their eyes at me doing all that work and now just doing mirror mode cut, my apologies. I am kind of a fool. So we'll go ahead. Can I control R? You can control R delete. That's cool. Man, what does he look like? He kind of reminds me of those weird slimes from Nickelodeon. I want to say it's Nick. There's like two guys and they eat bubble gum and blow the bubbles, and they're made out of clay. Kind of looks like them. Did you buy a bathtub yet? What? What are we talking about? Is this an inside joke? Let's go ahead and pop in too much. Oh, the bathtub stream. I forgot, I gotta do bathtub streams. We got Banana from Fun Pro Gamer. Fun Pro Gamer, you want to become a bathtub streamer? Hey, thank you for the follow, Scared. I'm liking the scared seal. No, I'm a blob. What? You're this. This is you. Let's go ahead and I'm trying to figure out where to put the eye, right? Let's do a quick model real quick. If I make myself an icosphere of 2, 2 should be enough. We'll do 3 just in case. Hey, everybody take a sip of water. I got my lovely iridescent mug. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it's super iridescent. It's like beautiful. It's the most beautiful mug in the world. I paid $1.50 for it. It has a company name on it, Crestron. And I googled them, and I think they're out of business. So it's some old mug that I found at a thrift store. And man, I just love this mug. Kind of weird to think that like this mug belonged to a person who sat at a desk every day and drank out of it. And now it's just like in my house. It's somebody who doesn't have anything to do with the company. It's a weird thought. All right, so we're figuring out where the eyes are going to be. I kind of like the eyes being closer to the mouth. What a mug. Fun Pro Gamer, you're a good sport. I appreciate that. I very much appreciate the sportsmanship. I'm thinking that's the eye. Although, yeah, I like it. He looks a little smarter if we put it here. Like, he's going to be a funny, lazy, big, giant character, but he is somewhat smart, so I don't want him to look too derpy. He is meant to look kind of cool. Looks interesting with the one big eye in the middle. It'd be cool, but it's not canon, unfortunately. Maybe we'll make a Cyclops later. But canonically, this character has 2 eyes. So I'm forced. I'm forced by the powers that be to keep him this way. So let's extrude in. Oh. Now, hello. That's an interesting idea. What am I making? Okay, so this is a very strange thing to say in general. I'm making a game. The game is, to spare some details and allow a little bit of a surprise when people play it, I will say that the game is basically the aftermath of a bunch of demons taking over a place. So these are demons, and they take over an area, and they just throw a massive rave. So they're just having a big giant party, and you are given the privilege of walking around and looking at their rave. And I don't want to spoil any more than that. There's a part to that. There's a part in the game where you go into a giant like hot springs, bathtub, whatever you want to call it, area. And this guy is like the king of the bath. So this is the big bath boy. I call him the king of steam. And he's the guy who owns the bathtub. So you come hang out with this guy, and he's like Jabba the Hutt for baths. How long has this game been in development for? It's been very casually in development for 4 months now. I am not a game dev as of yet. I'm not very good at game dev. This is me learning. Kind of like the dude from Spirited Away. Kind of. He's not exactly like the Radish Spirit. He's more like Yubaba, but Yubaba does all of her business from within the bathtub. Like, he owns the bath. Like, he is, like, the shrewd businessman, whatever. Okay, cool. So, I'm gonna make some eyes, and I had an idea for the eyes. We're gonna go ahead and extrude these down. I thought about not extruding and instead just having them, but I think it'll be better if we do an extrusion. Yeah, this is gonna work. I'm gonna grab all of these. Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. That works for me. When you explain it, I thought of Gravity Falls. Okay, I hate to be this guy. I really hate to be this guy, because I know, I'm always this guy. I couldn't get through Gravity Falls. I couldn't do it. It's cool. I very much appreciate the show. I think it's really interesting, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Okay, this got messy quick. Let's undo that real quick, and let's turn all of this into one face. And now that that's one face, we should be able to grab the whole thing. We can. What about Adventure Time? Oh, Adventure Time's very near and dear to my heart. My partner and I, when we first started dating, we watched all of Adventure Time together. I had seen maybe about 30% of it when I was, when it first came out, when I was a kid. But we decided to go for it and watch it, and that was such a sweet, lovely experience for us. A really affectionate time in our relationship. There is no better way to fall in love than while watching Adventure Time. Okay, so this is going to need some work, but it doesn't look bad. I feel like cartoons are something that I had a lot of interest in as a kid, but I feel like I didn't watch as many as most people did for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Gotta love the last episode. Holy cow, I can't believe the arc that the ending of Adventure Time took. Yeah, it's a cry-worthy show for sure. I love the elementals. As soon as they got into the elemental stuff, I was like, oh, we're here. This is as good as it gets. I'm looking at this circle, and I kind of dislike this circle. So here's what I'm going to do real quick. Let's pop everything back up. Stop the extrusion. Go back here. And let's fix these guys. So I'm going to merge at last for each of these. I debated doing this earlier, and I decided not to because I thought it was going to look bad. But now I think it's absolutely necessary that we do this. So let's do this and go all the way across. If you like, cartoons and stuff, I have a huge recommendation. I'm sure I'm not surprising anybody by saying this. Oh man, Marceline's mother. No way. You all should check out Over the Garden Wall. It is my partner's favorite. It is really dear. It is so lovely. Very, very cute. Yeah, Over the Garden Wall. Can't recommend it enough. It's a very cool show. Okay, so let's go ahead and dissolve all of this. We're going to inset it. Like that. And then I'm going to subdivide. That didn't work. Inset one more time. Like that. And then we're going to subdivide that. And we can poke this. It looks cute. What does? Over the garden wall? Or this mesh? Yeah, it is very cute. It's kind of dark. I mean, all good media is a little dark, obviously. But yeah, it's pretty dark. So, prepare to experience something when you watch it. I think it might be time to invest in our subdivision. I think it might be time to do this. And instead of doing that, it might be kind of nice to make this smaller. Turn you off. Make this smaller, and now we can pop this in. We're just trying to make a little eye socket, basically. There's not too much to it than that. But if I go like this, we're looking, yeah, it looks pretty good, actually. That looks pretty good. That looks like Halloween-y. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Whoa, my computer does not want to handle this. There we go. Now we're back. Let's see if I lost any frames. I was watching Mononoke the other day and realized the character design made the art in the obscure JRPG that was my childhood favorite. When you say Mononoke, are you referring to the French animation or Princess Mononoke? Because both are really good. Princess Mononoke. Realized the character design made the art in an obscure JRPG that was my childhood favorite. I mean, oops, that's not what I wanted. The Legend of Zelda is heavily inspired based on Princess Mononoke. Like, Princess Mononoke is a huge, like, piece of material for a lot of artists. Let's go ahead and pop these guys back quite a bit so that I can take this and really get them down here. Yeah, like, the developers of Legend of Zelda say all the time that, like, the original Zelda was inspired by Princess Mononoke, Twilight Princess was inspired by it, Breath of the Wild was inspired by it. It's like, they have a little obsession. They love that movie. There we go. This guy looks great. He's perfect. Oh, he looks perfect. He looks so exactly what we want. And the eyes come really close to the teeth, which is precisely what we're looking for. So I just got to fix the teeth with the subsurface, but otherwise, looking pretty solid. The character design actually made the art in Jade Cocoon. I've never even heard of Jade Cocoon. What is that? What is Jade Cocoon? It sounds like a cool game. The obscure... Yeah, no, I know that, but, like, what is it? Give us a little synopsis. Let's sell us on it. What's the game about? Alright, so we're gonna do this. Probably better off just doing that one right there. Yeah, we'll do that. It's like Pokemon and Ghibli had a child, I guess. I mean, that's, what's the name of that game? That's, Ni no Kuni, right? Ni no Kuni, wow. Ni no Kuni is a game that is close to my heart. I really fell for Ni no Kuni. I still, like, have so many fond memories of playing Ni no Kuni. Okay, so that should be pretty sharp. That's not very sharp at all. Honestly, I think there's a lot of, like, interesting Pokemon clones that came out in 90s, 2000s, whatever, that just because they're, like, you know, similar to Pokemon, and there's an argument there, right? I agree to some degree that you shouldn't be copying other people's artwork, but, like, there's a lot of stuff that gets ignored that, to me, is probably a lot better than Pokemon. Pokemon, I think, really dropped the ball, especially recently. And I know that's, like, controversial and people are going to disagree, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But, like, it's a shame Pokemon monopolized the genre to the point that nobody else stands a chance of being original within it. Like, Legend of Zelda didn't monopolize the action RPG, right? Games that are similar to Zelda aren't bad-mouthed in the way that games that are similar to Pokemon are bad-mouthed. And that's strange. It's a strange little like thing that's happened. Pokemon really like owns just that whole market, uncontested. Which I guess explains why it's like the #1 media company in the world or whatever. You could combine your captured minions and make new ones like that. That's how Monster Rancher is. Oh, I love Monster Rancher. I know Monster Rancher is kind of cheap and silly and a lot of people don't like it, but man, Monster Rancher rocks. I love Monster Rancher. Negative 0.04 and 0.04. And we should have our guy. There we go. This teeth stick out a little bit. The reason why I put the teeth up like this is I want them to cleanly slot into this gum so they come over and form like a makeshift gum line. It should have looked like it fit, and the fact that it does fit is very good. So we're going to clean up the topology a little bit later. I think I'm definitely going to do that on stream, so no worries. So the Jade Cocoon series, I got questions. Jade Cocoon, did they make any more? Or is it like just a one and done kind of thing? Like Blue Dragon is a pretty interesting concept for a game that's basically done. Like there's not going to be another Blue Dragon. They made a second one. That's good to hear. That's really nice. Man, Blue Dragon has great music. Okay, so we're going to call this King of Steam 2. We're going to call this Eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and make a new collection, and this is going to be King of Steam 2. And we'll pop you up in here. And I guess I can go ahead and throw the icon in here because he's definitely not going to be used for the first one anyway. I never go to play it as I never found it in Finland. Oh, the second one. I thought you meant the first one. I'm like, how do you know about it then? Yes, I understand. I mean, that's a shame. I've been watching a lot of reviews of like old games and stuff, and that's how Metabots was. The series Metabots, which I liked a lot as a kid. It's a little not good, but I enjoyed it. And it's like completely impossible to find in the US. Okay. I think that's him. He looks so good. Man, tell me you don't want to hang out with this guy. Oh, he's so lovely. Cool. Cool. Okay. So, we got a boy. Oh, hey. Wouldn't you know it? I got a call. Every single time I stream, I get a spam call. Every time I stream. Every single time I stream, I get a spam call. I didn't get a call at all last night. I didn't get a call at all the day before. You know, anytime I'm not streaming, no calls. They just love when I stream. Okay, so the goal now is to make legs. So I gotta make a little bit of legs. A little bit of leggy. I think this is gonna be a bad idea. Let's make 3 of them. And we're gonna extrude by like 0.75. Okay, so I want to round out the back of this as much as possible. So remove this, and let's go click, control click, control click, control click, control, Shift Alt click that, and then we're going to round out the leg. And now I need to decubify it just a little bit. So we're gonna shift click U, double check that I'm doing it correctly. I am. Control click, control click, control click, all the way up. I missed somehow, I don't know how that worked. Okay, so we got some weird little legs. I kind of think we want to mold this guy a little bit. So let me jump into sculpt mode real quick here. I'm kind of inclined to set our subsurface, but we'll just do it like this for a second. The bottom of it needs to be really, really gradual. There we go. So he sits. You know what? Yeah, this is fine. I can live with this. It's going to take shape as we go. I'm going to have to explore with this for a little bit. So let's put a little knee on him real quick. We're getting into like over subsurface modeling for a little bit here, and I'm getting a little bit worried that I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday, but we're just going to take it one step at a time real quick here. Just a little bit of that. And then I'm going to pop a... Hello? That's strange. Well, let's just grab the end of this. Inset it. To make a nice little tree trunk on him, and he's definitely running a little slow. So let's chill out a little bit. I feel like my computer doesn't want to handle this as well as it used to, for some reason. And I kind of think the legs are too long now. So we're going to shrink all of this in just a little bit. Like this. And then proportion. That is way too much. 0.1. 0.1. 0.2. 0.2. 0.4. All the way in. There we go. That's a little better. Now, I think maybe these legs are a little bit gross. I'm kind of thinking maybe we give them like Kirby legs. Let's play with that for just a second. What happens if I give him Kirby legs? So if I go in here and I pop on like a little bit of... Sure, a UV sphere of 40 by 20. And if we pop this guy forward and bring him down, like that. And then we grab just the backmost edge of him, like that. And we pop you in with a proportion like that. That's too much. I think it has to be a smooth. Maybe that's just too much. Let's do it a little bit less. Like that. Okay, so we got a little Kirby leg. If I take that and I pop him over here, and we pull him up, Is this a better look? It definitely is cheaper, which I don't love the idea of being cheap with my designs. Does it look better, though? I think it does look better, but I kind of want to do it the right way. Like, that does not sell the idea of, like, a dude who hangs out in a hot spring to me. I feel like this isn't it. So let's try one more time. We're gonna hide Kirby legs. I'm gonna call these Kirby legs. And let's go ahead and jump onto Firefox real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and look up Radish Spirit. We're gonna give this a shot. His legs. See, they really form from the angle of this. I love his butt. That's a great angle. Okay, so if I got it. I know how to do it. I got an idea. I want to grab this guy and make him less of a marshmallow. So we want to pull... We want to pull like this forward. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, so we're going to want to do like this and proportion, smooth everything out just a little bit. Right? And do it one more time up here. Proportion, smooth everything out just a little bit. Like that. And now his legs come out from underneath him and hold him up. I'm having trouble imagining this. I'm not affecting the mouth at all, I don't think. I am affecting the mouth. Oh, I've affected the whole thing. Hold on. Nope, don't like that. Let's turn on smooth. Let's pop up just the front of him. And actually, we'll grab multiple of these and pop all of them up just a little bit. And I think that is maybe the better way for us to be doing this. Yeah, that could work. Okay, cool. So if I pop out some legs from here, like if I grab these guys and pop them out. And honestly, the legs probably want to be a bit bigger than that. Let's say this right here. Now we just got to shape them correctly. Let's turn off proportional. Okay. So we're looking at what should be decent little legs. And actually, that looks super good. Okay, cool. Much better. Let's go ahead and do it like... we want to dissolve, and we want to grab everything, and we're going to want to loop this into a circle. And skew it back a little bit. Honestly, we're feeling a lot better. Okay, yep, we're here. I got it. Remove that. Do this, all the way around. And we're gonna do the same thing here. I'm going to loop these into a circle. We're gonna pull that circle part out just a little bit. Oh, he looks so much better. This is it. Oh, we're here. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and pop in the thickness just a little bit. I think it's time for me to clean out my computer. My computer is running a little bit slower than I would enjoy. It says I've missed no frames though, so I don't know if that's telling the truth or not. Okay, so he's got pretty fat or flat-looking feet right now, which I'm not loving. So let's round him out a little bit. Let's make this just a little bit more articulate. We want to give him some definition to his feet. Using only connected. Like that. Why is it not doing all of it? This is looking a little strange. We'll go ahead and pop in a little bit. No, I don't want that. In fact, what I think I really want to do is grab all of this and edge slide it back just a little bit. And I have no clue why we're getting so much lag. I suppose I can lower my res a little bit so that we're not processing as much. That really doesn't affect anything, does it? Even if we're at lower res, it still looks pretty good. What difference does it make? It does make quite a difference. Okay, we'll keep it like that. Now we gotta make little toes. So this boy needs some toes. What kind of toes are we gonna do? Big toe is usually on the inside, but he's more of like a weird creature. So I'm kind of thinking we want to do like this. And then 3. Like that. Oh no. Oh, I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know if this is good or not. Oh, it's actually kind of amazing. I think he might be perfect. I think he might absolutely be perfect. We push all of this in just a little bit to save ourselves the dynamic. He's perfect. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, it's here. Folks, we've done it. He has gross monkey toes. And I am proud for him. We're gonna go ahead and slide up a couple of these guys to give him a little bit more of a thigh structure. And that little curve right there is perfect. The inside needs to be fixed a little bit, but we're looking decent. Like that can be pushed in, and then we can come back. And all of this can be brought in a little bit. Let's go ahead and bring all of the underside stuff in just a little bit. I'm gonna fix the toes. Don't you worry about that. We'll get there. But first, we just gotta make sure that all of this matches first. Like that. Oh, dude. He has weird, like, Shrek toes. I hate it. I'm rethinking this. I'm thinking the toes are a bad idea. Let's attempt... Okay, let me attempt to fix this. First, let's make the toes as good as we can first. So let's poke the face. if I up the subdivision, we still have these streaks, so I want to fix these streaks as much as possible. So let's go ahead and grab you. We're going to grab this whole thing, and we're going to inset it one more time. Like right there. And we can just pop that in just a little bit. And this guy does not need to exist anymore. We can dissolve that. In fact, I think it might be better for us to merge at center. And do this. Like, hello. Merge at center. Okay, and then we're gonna grab the whole thing and we're going to inset it one more time. And this time I'm going to just merge based on the lowest possible distances between these things. Which means that we gotta merge these two. And we objectively have to merge these two. And we're done. So if I go back to my subdivision. Yeah, it worked, perfect. He looks great. He's got a weird little bump here. I don't know what that bump is. It's this bump. We'll push you back. And he has just the worst looking things I've ever seen. If we edge slide these guys back a little bit. Wow, what on earth? It hates doing edge slide while there's a subdivision going on. Go ahead and just do it a little bit more normal. Let's do you, edge, not edge crease, edge slide. And you can be edge slid back. And you can be edge slid back. We're golden. You should also probably convert that distance. A little bit of a conversion on these guys. And we're set. Okay, cool. So now let's pop this back on. It does look a little bit better. If we take this and scooch all these guys back, what is this gonna look like? If I pull all these back just a little bit, and we grab all of these guys, scooch them back, what do we get? Oh! Nope, 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 nope. This is cursed. This is so cursed. Okay, so let's try merging at center. This is very cursed. This is very cursed. You know what? New idea. We're going to try this a different way. Let's go back to edit. Let's remove this. I'm going to go ahead and grab everything. You know what? We're just going to start over. We're going to start the whole thing over. Hello? Oh, that was weird. I just accidentally clicked something I shouldn't have clicked. We're going to start the whole thing over right here. Delete these. I'm done with them. We're going to go back to this. Will it have hands? It will have hands. He's going to have tiny little hands. Okay, so here we go. We're back to this. And I'm going to go back to making it a circle. Like a nice, perfect little circle. And we're going to make sure that it's a flat-ish circle. And I'm going to go ahead and fill. Those legs probably look good enough to me. Like that. And now I'm going to give them just 3 toes, and they're going to be spiky, spiky toes. So let's give them very spiky toes. So if I go like this, and we extrude 3 toes, I think they will look better if they're right next to each other. That could be a mistake. No, let's try doing them separate. Like that. So we got 3 toes, pop them in. And if I grab these, okay, you guys are gonna be merged at center. Same. This is probably gonna look a little bit better. Now we'll grab all of these and we will pull them out. Like that. And if I put a crease on them, that is too much of a crease. 0.75, 0.25. I mean, I like this a lot better already. We're missing some details for sure. So let's go ahead and grab you guys. Pull you down. Pull you sideways just a little bit because you're weird. And now let's grab these guys and bring them in. And now we're going to grab the whole thing and bring it in. Oh, there we go. This looks much better. We can take just the bottom 2 and slide them down. We're running into some real lag issues while I'm doing this. My computer's lagging a lot more than it normally does. I think I'm gonna have to like really sit and inspect all of this soon enough here. There we go. Let's go ahead and fix up a few of these angles. There's some weird stuff going on here. So I think we want to inset this to like 0.02. We want to grab all of these. We want to scale Y0. And we want to look at it. So I think the easiest thing that I can do at this point is just take all of this, just like that, and we're gonna round it. If I round this correctly, we should just have a little tadpole. Yeah, that looks all right. And now it's just my responsibility to take this one, pull him forward, pull him out just a little bit, pull him in and back, Pull him out and back. Pull him way in and way forward. And we can remove this guy up to here, push you up to here. Wow, that's a mangled looking mesh right there. We've made a real mess of this guy. It definitely looks better though. I think the 3 toes is definitely the angle we want to go for. I just need to find a way to make it look less bad. Less like absolute trash. I think one way that we could do that is we could combine these guys together. I'm not sure how this is going to look, but I think it's going to look better. Especially when the subdivision takes over. We want more of like a steep angle to it. Honestly, that looks pretty good to me. I hate that you can see the little pattern on the bottom. I gotta fix that, but otherwise, not half bad. Let's go ahead and connect these guys. We'll do some like grid fill stuff, and I think that'll solve the problem. Like that. That looks all right. That actually looks pretty good. Okay, cool. I probably should have put a little bit more articulation in the toes. I'm realizing that now. But honestly, him being a little bit of a weirdo, I don't hate it. Let's add one more loop cut around here. I don't know why the loop cut didn't finish. Did we mess up? We did. Okay, I see. We're gonna want this guy, these guys to come forward, except for you. Your audio just cut off for a second. Are we better now? It seems like I'm fine on my end. What are the chances you think it's on your end? Because I didn't see anything on my end. It looked, my mic was still peaking, everything was still looking normal for me. Oh, we can't edge slide this. Oh, we've created a problem somewhere. I think I see it. Let's merge by distance real quick. There's 2. 2's probably exactly the number we're looking for. Didn't see the video when it happened. Yeah, it must have just been a little laggy thing. I didn't see anything on my end. It looked totally perfect. Okay, so I mean, I'm like not sold on these toes, but these are the best toes we got, and it looks suitable at this point. This could work. I kind of want to round out the bottom of him. So let's do that real quick. Let's grab all of this. Not those two. Those two are going to cause problems. Let's round out all of this. Right, so if I make this nice and steep, he sits a little high, which makes me want to redo the part that comes down. He is in the water, so I suppose there would be buoyancy to his feet, so maybe his feet are like actually hovering in the water. That's a bit of a stretch, honestly, but I think that's all right. I like this crease here. It looks a little bit weird from certain angles, but it's not bad. The toes, The more I look at him, the less I like him, but I think that's what we got. I might try and loop cut them. Like that. Let me remove my guy right here. Let's try this one more time. You. Nope. You. We're going to go ahead and dissolve you. And if I take these and just pop them slightly in, like that. That doesn't look terrible. If we grab these guys and pop them in, you're gonna have to come down and into this side. And this one got all mangled somehow. Come on, you got it. Okay, and we'll pop you on over here and back. Same with you, over just a little bit. That looks a little bit better to me. That looks a little bit better. We can grab both of these and pop these just a little bit forward. That toe needs to be a little bit fatter, honestly. It's just a little too small for me. There we go. Looks a lot better. It still looks a little amateur, and I suppose I'm just an amateur. It needs something, but, you know, character design is not my strong suit. So I'm willing to say that that's it for right now. Like that. Honestly, that's not bad. I'll sit and fix up the toes later when we're like we'll play with the toes to make them look a little bit more random once we do the mirror, once the mirror's completed. And especially once the subsurface is taken effect, because I gotta retopo this thing. So we'll sit and play with it for sure. But for the time being, I'm okay with this. Okay. So the big thing is I'm kind of thinking about throwing clothes on this guy. I'm not sure, like, what kind of clothing I'm going to put on him. In my mind, I was thinking about putting a big hood on him, because the other character that we have has a hood on. I'm thinking about just putting a big old giant hood on him, but I guess we'll see. Now we got to do an arm. So I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to save this guy. And we're going to go ahead and copy him. And we're going to get rid of that, get rid of that. We don't need to be even rendering anything. I'm sure that doesn't affect anything, but just in case I'm doing it. I suppose we're going to leave the eyes on just to see. Yeah, he needs work. He needs a little bit of work, but I kind of love this dude. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop on some arms. Again, I would rather double check where the arms are supposed to be located. So let's make ourselves an approximate. Like about there. A little short, stubby arm. Yep, that's perfect. We'll go ahead and put a mirror modifier on there. Where are you at? Where are you at? Mirror on King of Steam, right there. if we go ahead and put arms... How do we want the arms to look? I kind of like them being right... Kind of like them being right here. Really close to the legs. Really exaggerate how, like, most of this form doesn't do anything. Maybe a little further back. How's that look? That looks pretty good to me. I couldn't help but model a little dude that is totally inspired by this. You want to pop it on the Discord and we'll take a look? I just realized I had a couple of programs running in the background, so I'm going to go ahead and close those. And hopefully that's going to fix our problems. I think that's got to be where the arms are. So let's do this. Sure, yeah, let me know when it's on there. I'll double check it. I'm gonna go to edit mode. We're gonna bend a little bit of a shoulder joint. Okay, it's there. I'm gonna go ahead and start loading Discord, and then we're gonna just switch on over to this guy for a sec. Okay, so we got a cube. Remove the cube. It's these guys. That's not what I wanted. It's these guys. Cube. Turns the cube off. Cube on, cube off. Yeah, that looks about right. There's a fly that will not leave me alone. I don't know why we got cursed with flies all of a sudden. We've never had flies in the past. But they are nuts right now. They're so annoying. I don't even know if we've ever had flies in our house before, but we have flies now all of a sudden. It's very annoying. Alright, so that's going to be just about where the arm comes from. We'll extrude this on out, and I'm going to remove that. He's just got... Oh, it's perfect. He's just got little baby arms. He looks perfect. Okay, we're in. We're in. We're here. I like him. We're back. Alright, let's go ahead and pull up this little dude. Oh, look at him. Look at this little egg boy. I see you did some, like, hard ops or something to make those eyes. That's great. Look at him. A little egg. Just a little egg man. Perfect. Very appreciated. It's just an extrusion. I'm assuming an extrusion and use subsurface to make the... Or a bevel or something. How did you make it look so, so round? Yeah, okay. That's the idea. Alright, so looking at this guy, I'm not sure what I want to do for fingers yet. I'm thinking we got to do 3 claws, same as the feet. So let's start with just the shoulder. We're going to push the shoulders on up a little bit. Like this. And just these two can be pushed up just a little bit. Just like that. Put all of that back together, and that is a pretty good looking joint. We can undercut the arm underneath. So let me do that. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna go ahead and push up into you. And I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it this way. And that should position him just a bit. I put in one without modifiers if you are interested. I will double check that in a second. That's actually probably really good practice for me to be seeing things without modifiers. Especially from you. I know you're like Mr. Modifier, so that would be very helpful to see. So I appreciate you doing that. Like to see the topo? Yeah, for sure. I'm at the point now where I've gotten comfortable enough with 3D modeling that I kind of feel like I can solve most non-character problems. Characters are a whole nother ballgame. But non-character stuff, I feel like I can solve most problems. I just can't do it gracefully. And I certainly have trouble doing it in the time limit here on stream. Like, giving myself 4 hours in being like, hey, I need to have a finished product. That's pretty rough. I enjoy it. I like doing this. This is very inspiring for me. This is a great way for me to force myself to become better. But it is scary. Okay, so the arm requires a little bit more love for sure. I might actually sculpt the shoulder post-subdivision. So let's wait on that. Let's make the arm now. I got a hand. I'm looking at my hand. I want to make like a clawed hand that looks cute. I want this guy to look relatively cute. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pop on over here. Do a little bit of that. Not that way, a little bit of that way. Okay, so he's got a little bit of a slant to his arm facing forward. He kind of looks like a weird penguin. To come full circle on the whole penguin stuff, he kind of looks like a penguin. I sort of love how round he is. He is lovely looking. Now, we make fingers. Fingers, fingers, fingers. I have never shear? What is that? What are you talking about? You've never sheared before? I use this thing all the time. I use this just about every time I model. It's like rotating, but it keeps proportions. So you can, I mean, I'll just do it right here. So if I want to rotate the hand forward, instead of doing this and clipping the hand together, I can shear it like, not that way, like, not that way, like that, and you can maintain proportions while you're doing big rotations. That's like the first tool I learned how to use. I've assumed that I've been using it wrong forever. That's like the one tool that I like kind of understand. Okay, let's go ahead and edge slide all of this back. And we're gonna go low poly. Let's remove this. And I'm looking at a hand. I'm sitting, right? I'm in a bath. I'm sitting. My thumb is gonna be closest to my toes. So the thumb's gotta be right here. The distance between the other two is crucial. I think it has to be this one and this one. And that way, yeah, he's got a nice little bridge between his fingers that's holding him up. So he's basically paddling. So that works for me. We're going to have to mangle up this hand quite a bit for sure. So let's start by doing a couple of the things that we did on the previous mesh. Get rid of this display. I don't want to see all this. We're going to center, 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 center. Just go for it. Just go for it. Now, what does that look like? Pretty bad. You know what? Before I did that, I made a mistake. I made this mistake the first time. Let's fix it this time. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Now I can do it. Yeah, I like shearing. Shearing's cool. It's an easy way to, like, make pipes for me. That's the way that I like to make pipes. I know that I should be using edges, or not edges, I should be using, what am I saying, curves? I'm just not very comfortable with curves, so I use like cylinder plus shear, and it has its issues, as you might imagine, but it's just a little bit more gentle for me. Okay, so we got fingies. Let's pop some of these guys back just a little bit. In fact, I have a solution. I have a big solution to all this. Oh, I think I can make everything look better. I know exactly what I need to do. I'm pretty sure this will work. Yep. This one's gonna be tough. Just open up the center of each finger. Okay, so we need to fix this hand. I like this ridge, but it can't lead into that like that. And the back of the finger should probably come forward quite a bit. We'll do that one later. So, the question now remains, we're gonna pull this guy like that. And we're gonna go ahead and bridge these guys. We're gonna bridge these guys. I think we are here. Correct? You can be merged right there. I think we've done it. I think we've done it. Oh, I think we've done it. I think we're here. He looks so much better. Let's pull you on back a little bit and pull you just a little bit in that direction. It needs to be rounded. It looks a little too weird. So let's pull all of this. Like that, like that. A little bit. Center you out, and bring you back. And that is the worst right there. So we want to like fix this. Everything needs to come up. So it's you. You're the problem. Let's do this. That should do. These guys can come up. Little bit up. Little bit up. And now this guy needs to be extended down, but I think we're pretty much there. Yeah, so make the thumb bigger, and then we're set. You can be merged at last. You can be merged at last. And you can be edge slid down to here. I think we're set. Just like that. Oh, no. You're suggesting a hat? Yeah, we're going to put a hat on this guy. I'd love to put a hat on him. Oh, you know what? I'm going to make an Instagram post out of this because I haven't posted on Instagram in quite a while, and I probably should. And I'm going to be like, scroll for a surprise, and it's going to be him with a hat on. So, again, anybody who wants to, you can modify the hat, and we can make the hat weirder, more interesting, whatever, if you make a suggestion. We'll get there when we get there, I suppose. But just know that that's an option for anybody who wants to make a suggestion. We have the ability. I should be using proportional a little bit more, I think. Just like that. And we're gonna tilt that this way so he faces... In fact, we probably want both of these to come down a little bit. Let's go ahead and proportion this guy down and lower that proportion just a little bit. Dare I say, he actually looks decent. Like, okay, where are the problems, right? This little tendon right here, that's a problem. This shoulder is a huge problem. I don't love the fingers and the toes, but I don't know if I can do better. So I think they're pretty all right. He's got a look. And that's what he needs. He needs a look. I'm looking at the fingers, and I actually see a way that I can solve the fingers real quick. So let's grab both of you guys. Not that one. Let's pull those forward just a little bit and bring them out just a little bit. Ain't bad, ain't bad. Again, we're going to want that little dip in the middle to come up a bit. All right, that should be all right. That should be doing pretty good. Okay, cool. We'll take it there. You can always do better. I believe in you. Thank you, Simo. I mean, that's the goal, right? We're learning. Like, the real goal, okay, to be honest, to be fully honest, full transparency, the real goal is to get good enough to make a game so that I can hopefully make enough, like, influence, success, whatever it ends up being, to attract people who are better at this than me, and then just have them do it. So I don't have to do it anymore. I think about that often. I think it's a very important thing. If you have a goal, especially like a business goal, it's very important to imagine what the end result looks like and like the methods that you'll do to get there. And for me, I always think about like, what are the jobs? Let's say I have infinite money and I have infinite people working for me, you know, dream, right? Far from reality at this point. But let's say I have it, right? I make it. What am I still going to be doing on a daily basis? And I think about that a lot, and I'm not sure. I think I would like to 3D model until probably the day I die. I think being able to do it, being able to like talk to people about it is very important to me. Hello? That was weird. So I think I will keep 3D modeling even long after like I don't need to anymore. Will I be doing character design? Probably not. Probably not. My problem is that I want to do everything myself and end up doing nothing because of it. I mean, that's a fair problem as well, honestly. It's difficult, right? You have to balance so many different things as an entrepreneur or whatever you want to call it, right? A game developer. It's such a balancing act. And like, that's what's cool about it. And that's why people do it. That's why it's so compelling. But it is also just the worst. So yeah, you gotta be a little realistic, I think. You gotta hold yourself back to some degree. We've done it. We flattened the base. We got fingers. That actually looks usable. So I kind of want to leave the fingers in quote-unquote T-pose. I know this is not T-pose, but this is my T-pose right now. Because once I finish the mirror, one of the arms is going to come up and hold something. So he's gonna have this arm curled up holding a little object right here. So I don't need to be too obsessed with finishing it right now. Also, it's almost 3 o'clock. We've been doing this for 2 hours? What the heck is going on? I better hurry up. I thought I had like infinite time left. Maybe I'll do the retopo stuff offline, because I don't think I can do all this live right now. Okay, so we're looking at this guy, right? What else is left to do on him? Let's put the icon. So we got a little icon behind him. Pretty cool, pretty cool. He's looking pretty good. I mean, like, he's a little derpy. He's more derpy than I want him to be, but he looks pretty good. I do like him a lot. So let's go ahead and start doing material editing, and we'll come back for whatever stuff that we have time for. So I'm gonna go to object real quick. I gotta ask myself what color this guy is. In my mind, he's gotta be pretty close to black. We're gonna call this Demon Skin. And whatever I do here is probably how I'm going to be thinking about these guys throughout the development of this game. So instantly, I'm like drawn to this color right here. Like, I'm very drawn to that. That is like what he looks like in my mind. I think he's got like no specular, like 0.1. He's very rough, like almost Cookie Monster looking, or not Cookie Monster. He looks like Grover from Chuck E. Cheese. So now I'm questioning it, because he does look like Grover. Let's see. What material is he made out of? He's kind of waxy, which means that he's probably a little bit more like this. Actually, he's probably got clear coat on him. Trauma from Grook? I'm sorry, what is Grook? The heck is a Grook? Does he have sheen? He does indeed have sheen. Oh, that looks so much better. That looks so much better. Okay, maybe he's got like... Oh, from Moomin. Oh, that's right. I haven't thought about Moomin in a hot second. Okay, so I like him being colored like this. Now I'm thinking he's got to have liver spots. I'm thinking liver spots are the answer. I'm kind of tempted to give him a little bit of metallic. I think this is what he's supposed to look like. Let's go like 0.05. 0.03. That's pretty dark. If I take it and lower the saturation down a little bit more... Actually, what if we up the saturation? He looks so good. Oh, he looks great. He looks good. Okay, let's try out a couple of colors real quick. I'm definitely leaning purple or green. I'm kind of obsessed with mineral green lately, so I'm trying my best not to be too, like, stuck in my ways. Yeah, he looks better purple. Purple is definitely the way we want to do this. Like that purple right there, 0.8, 0.85, 0.9. Sure. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and we got to add one more thing to this guy. We got to put a tiny little cube inside of his chest. I have a different way that I'm going to solve this problem later, but it's going to take me a little bit because I have to think about it. So for the time being, we're just going to pop this into here. Just like that. And the cube is going to be red light. It is going to be pure black. It's going to be emissive for this color right here. And it's going to be very emissive. He's got a little bit of a light coming out of his mouth. And I think we might want to drop the red to like that color. There we go. And we'll get his eyes matching here in just a second. But that's him. So, here is the idea now. I'm going to take him. I have the craziest idea. Hold on. We're thinking now. We are putting our brains to it. I am thinking. Let's grab both of these as this color. Pop you over here. We're going to put on a Musgrave on that one. The Musgrave is going to be scaled pretty small. It needs a color ramp. And lachronicity needs to be high. Okay, perfect. So the goal is to make little circles. That could probably be all right. We could probably keep it like this. Okay, so that's that. We're going to put that on factor. And now I'm going to grab another color ramp. And it's going to be 2 colors that I don't care about. Let's do a red and a yellow. And it's going to be that one. Perfect. And now we're going to grab this and pop it into a Musgrave. And the Musgrave is going to be super high detail, like 40, with a detail of 10, a dimension of 0.1 or 0.5, and a lachronicity of 3. So now we should drop the lachronicity of this down just a little bit. Ooh. Oh, we're here. Oh, we're here. We've done it. Oh, we've done it. Cool. So now we just need the colors. So we're going to do 3 colors. The red's going to stay there. You need to be this color. You need to be the exact same color, but really bright. Like that, and then you need to be like black. Like fully black. Did that not take? I guess black doesn't work. That's weird. Why does black not work? Black doesn't work? You can't use black? Oh, yes, you can. I just did it wrong. Okay. Cool. And now we just need to get the scale right. So I'm going to go 20 and 5 That looks pretty solid. Let's do 10 again. A little bit more of this. And drop this brightness down a bit so it looks a little bit more normalized. Like 0.01. There we go. He's got little liver spots. He looks like he's been hanging out inside of a bath for a while, which is precisely what we want. He's looking pretty good. I suppose you could also try and like melt the bottom of him a little bit. So let's do that. And melt is definitely not the right word. So instead I'm going to put a mix RGB in here. And we're going to put in a texture coordinate with a mapping node and a gradient. And I'm gonna put white on it, but we're gonna do something special with the white. Oh, there we go, Dink and Rampa. We've done it, we've made him. Okay, so it's gonna be -90. That's actually just about perfect. Okay, so we want Z to be our depth. So let's do like a 0.3. And pull it up just a little bit. Like a 0.1. There we go. Cool. So now we're going to make it bright, bright white. And it's going to be a color burn. Let's see here. Overlay, linear light, soft light. We want... Ooh. That's pretty good. Okay, yep. Nope. Okay, so we want an add instead, right? Nope, that doesn't work. In fact, let me make this a little bit blue, just to kind of give it something to cling on to. There we go. So now we just need to make sure that the gradient looks a little bit cleaner. It looks a little too much for me right now. So again, we're gonna go to 0. We're gonna go to 0.05, 0.02. There we go. Not half bad. So now he's got a weird little wet part to him. We might want to add a little bit of a... You know what? Different idea, real quick. While we're here, let's put in a wave texture. If I pop a wave texture on over to here, and we say that it's Y, and by that I mean Z, and we say that the scale is real small. Like real, real small. Like, let's see here, 0.1. This is gonna be tough. Scooch all this over. Get out of here. Now we put you there, and we put the color ramp onto here. And now I double check where my color ramp is sitting. We're gonna want like a B-spline to make it look a little bit less chaotic. And now I'm gonna distort it a little bit. And we're gonna offset it down. Distortion can be lowered just a bit. There we go. Now he looks a little bit more random. Detail up. Detail scale is fine. Double check that offset. Negative 0.85 or negative 8.5. There we go. That's the one. Done. There he is. So he's got a little bit of a like weird coloration on him. Might be too high of a detail. Negative 8. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm done playing. We're good. We're done. That's the size. I kind of want it to be lighter. Like, realistically, water should be making his skin lighter, not darker. So let's do like a linear light and like this. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be really tough. Like, it looks good, but there's no reason it should look like that. Why is it so bright? That might be it. Okay, that looks pretty good. I can live with this. Yeah, oh, perfect, cool. So I can sit and mess with the colors and stuff as much as I want, but having that like scale sitting right there is really nice, really convenient. So cool, that's it, done. We'll put our little node structure together like this. We'll get rid of these guys. And we'll say that that's him. So that's Demon Skin. He's got a ball of light inside him. Let's do the eyes. And we're gonna make an eye, or we're gonna make a little, we're gonna make a little hat for him in the end. Anybody who wants to see more than a hat, you gotta let me know. Because so far I can do whatever I want with the hat. And if you give me control, I'm gonna give him drip. He's gonna be just the sleaziest looking boy you've ever seen. Okay, so I feel like I do eyes 1,000 different ways. Simo, are you hanging out with us? We here right now? Because I got some questions for you if you're willing. I'm gonna go ahead and put a color ramp in here just to look. How would you do the eyes for this? Like, if you were trying to make demon elemental eyes, what would you do? Because I will always use a Fresnel or a magic texture or a wave. Is there something that you would do different, or is that about it? Like, if I'm making eyes, the process goes like this. We go yellow. We grab another crazy color. We go HSV. We go far. I go like this. And then I put a Fresnel on there. This is always how I do eyes. And it's fine. It looks good. And you get a little bit of a holographic-y sort of look to it. Also, I should make the background black so you can really see those eyes. Well, that's it. That's what I always do. You make a full eye structure. All right, let's not get crazy here. Let's not get crazy here. You know what? That's interesting. Okay, hold on. You're right. Simo? Sure. You said it, you got it. let's grab him. Let's call this inner eye. And I'm gonna call this outer eye. And I'm gonna grab you and copy. I want just, oh, I copied the body because the body, yes, I see. Okay, you're gonna be inner eye. Inner eye is going to be made small. It is mirroring the King Esteem 2, 201. There we go. Okay, so inner eye is gonna get inner eye. Outer eye is gonna get a new one called outer eye. And outer eye, we're gonna remove all of this. We're gonna put some transmission in here. We're gonna lower that roughness way down. Make it white. So it's just a transparent ball, and inside is a disc that is curved. Yep, that's basically exactly what I'm doing, but I'm gonna make it a little bit more weird. Obviously, you know me. Weird's the name of the game. I might add a little bit of an emission to the outer part of the eye, which makes me think I should go with this color right here. Or I could go with the yellow. Oh, he's kind of scary. He's kind of scary looking. Hold on, let's make him like a marigold eye. But we're gonna make the alpha a little bit higher. That looks a little better to me. And then we'll take the inner eye, and now I want to squish. Make it a little bit bigger. And we're gonna scooch you on over and scooch you on up. Scooch you forward. That is crazy. Haunting. That is haunted. Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking. Now I'm really thinking about this. If we take the outer eye and we do -0.1, -0.2. So what we're doing is we're removing light. We're trying to figure out which color we want to remove most. Probably that marigold. Whoa. Whoa. I kind of want to make this guy bigger. Scooch him down. Obviously, he shouldn't be coming out like this. I mean, he looks intimidating from a distance. I think it might be in our best interest to grab him and tilt his eye a little bit like this. Up. No, don't love that. There's a lot that I would like to do here, but I'm thinking that this is it. Hello! Pandemic! My chat got in the way. There we go. Hello! What's going on, everybody? Oh, thank you for the follow. An immediate follow. You don't even know what I do yet. Welcome. We're making demonic Grover from Chuck E. Cheese. Hello, hello. Oh, all the follows. Thank you all so much. That is very sweet. How are you all doing? What were you guys streaming? It's the first thing Joe said, I'll stream. That's very Joe. What'd you guys stream? What was the stream for the day? I'm gonna go ahead and delete our backup. We don't want that anymore. King of Steam 2. You lurk hard. I mean, I appreciate it, honestly. Joe, nobody loves me like you do. LA Noire. Wow. Holy cow. I haven't thought about LA Noire in a long time. What a cool game. 0.75. We're going to make this a little bit more black looking, so it looks a little bit more scary. What is SO? What does SO mean? I have all the default commands turned on. What does that one do? You know what? I'm inclined to say that the main color should probably be this. And so we want to just get that Fresnel correct. Oh, shout out. Strange. I have all the defaults on. I don't know why shout out doesn't work. So let's pop in a object node real quick. And that should follow the eye pretty well. That one's messed up because it's its own separate object, but we'll deal with that later. But this one looks just about perfect. If I pop in here and add a black. Black really close to the red. Like that. Hey, there we go. I also love this big guy I'm making. He is very cool. Okay, so the eye is a little jank. Whoa, what is happening? We gotta fix that for now. Something is wrong with this eye. Something is very weird. Oh, it's not shaded smooth. That's what it is. Remove the outer eye, grab the inner eye, shade it smooth, put the outer eye back on. Still looks weird. Strange. Yeah, go give Pandemic a little bit of love. I mean, anybody who's playing LA Noire deserves a bit of cred, honestly. Alright, so we're gonna go here. Is it LA Noire or is it VR LA Noire? That's an important distinction to make, actually. Starting to think I don't like the Fresnel. Let's get rid of the Fresnel. Instead, we're gonna pop in a... I mean, I'm inclined to do a magic texture. I always end up doing magic textures. They look cool. They look crazy. I always love 5. 5 is like the point at which it becomes interesting for me. We want it to be a 1, and we're going to want it to be distortion of that. And we can remove this and make most of it red. And now we go 0.2. 0.1. Let's lower that distortion down to like a 6. And we're going to go near instead of far, and the near is going to be like a dark blue. So now we just lower some distances. Like that, and like this. And I say, is that good? I don't know if that's good or not. It looks all right. Back to lurk mode. You know, that's Joe for you. For the people still hanging out, I have a very important announcement. If you would like to modify, I'm about to do a quick sketch. I'm about to add something to this model, and so far it's a hat, thanks to CG Simo. If anybody wants to modify the hat and make the hat a little bit weirder, speak now or forever hold your peace, because this is the time to do it. Oh, thank you for the cheers. I love the little Luck of the Irish, too. That's very sweet. Shamrock 100. Thank you, Scottish. Scottish meatloaf. Is Scottish meatloaf a thing, or is that just a name? Like, is there something special about Scottish meatloaf that we should all know about? The more I look at this, the less I like having texture on it. I kind of wanted to do a pupil, but the pupil's probably not that important. Okay, so XD, we're good. No worries. You are allowed to use that word that is very close to being a word that they don't like. I don't know, but I like to make puns. Is that a pun? Scottish meatloaf. Is that a pun? Am I missing the pun? Also, I'm looking at this little red light cube inside here, and I'm gonna just say that this is gonna be red light. And we'll lower that emission. You're gonna be red light I. Emission is now 3. Oh, and I removed the mirror on this. My bad. We're good. Done. There he is. So that's him. That is 3 hours. That's 2.5 hours of work. No pun yet. Puns. Puns, puns, puns. Scottish meatloaf. Kirby, question mark? What do you mean by Kirby? My model? He does look a little bit like Kirby, and I did have Kirby legs. I did try to add a couple of Kirby legs to him. Like that. But I decided against the Kirby legs. So far, he's just a boy. He needs a little bit of love. These arms need some work, and the legs need a little bit of work. But otherwise, he's good. He's set. Okay, so we got 10 minutes before I do my speed sketch of a hat. I'm going to start looking at hats online, but if you would like to use your channel points, now is the time to ask for something other than the hat. Or something on the top of the hat, I should say. If you want me to do like a sun hat, or if you want me to do like a baseball hat, if you want the hat to have a feather in it. Oh, you just used yours? That's okay. Maybe I'll try and tie in a turtle somewhere on there. If I have time, I'll add a turtle. And we'll call that a mixed channel point right there. Okay. Also, I will read that out loud while we're here. How old is the oldest Galapagos tortoise? Harriet was a Galapagos tortoise who had an estimated age of 175 years at the time of her death in Australia. The third oldest tortoise behind Tuamulia, I don't know how to pronounce that, who died in 1965 at the age of 188, and Adwata, who died in 2016 at the estimated age of 255. That's crazy. That is very crazy. What do you call a 3D video call that won't stop screaming? A hologram. I'm giving that one a 6 out of 10. You get a 6 out of 10 for that one. What are we looking at with... I want something ridiculous. I want this to look as crazy as possible. Oh, they're so boring. This is your brand? Come on now. That's what I want. That's what I want. It's called a cap hat? That's called a beanie. Beanie. This, oh man, this is 100% what I'm doing. We're gonna do a little pom-pom on the end of it. Absolutely. Simo, when you asked for a hat, what did you think I was gonna do? Because this is what you're getting. You have messed up. You've messed with the meatloaf. Now he's gonna show you his horns. I hope so. I hope I can see it. This is perfect. Why are three-dimensional objects so good at cutting down trees? They have 3 axes. That's an 8 out of 10. A beanie mixed with a top with a tortoise logo on the front. Yeah, I'm going to put maybe like a little pin of a tortoise on there. I'm going to make like the fastest turtle I've ever made in my life. Okay, so I'm going to call time here in just a second, and I'm going to get started. So we're going to go ahead and pop this on there. Maybe the hat you pictured was a cowboy hat, but yeah. I mean, I'm liking this. I feel comfortable with this. All right, let's call it. We're going for it. So we got our boy. He's hanging out. Let's get rid of everything that we don't need to be seeing. I don't need to be seeing the cube that's inside of him. What is this cube? Oh, those are the arms. Get rid of those. We don't want those. Get rid of the curvy legs. We don't want that. This is going to be called inner light or red light. We can get rid of you. The sign stays. Everything else stays. So let's make a hat. So a beanie. Oh, I have a picture. Let's use a picture. A picture of a beanie is taking its sweet time to show up on my computer. There it is. All right. In fact, I can just get rid of this guy altogether. And we're going to go ahead and make this a new collection called Hat. I'm going to click on it, make sure I am dead set inside the hat. And we're going. So, a hat, nice and easy. A hat is a cylinder. It can be low poly, I don't care. I guess we'll make it high poly because I only have to render it one time. It's not going inside the game, so there's no reason to worry about it. So, boom. We're gonna do that. Pop him down just a little bit. I'm gonna fold it in on itself. I'll do that later. That's not the first thing I'm gonna do. Actually, that will be the first thing I'm gonna do. Let's grab the inside of this, pop a hole in it. Let's extrude inwards. The outer and inside, yep, we can worry about that in just a second here. Pop this down. Get it really tight in there. We're gonna grab you, we're gonna extrude ever so slightly, and then we're gonna extrude one more time. Grab all of these, extrude up. And now we wanna grab scale to normal. We're going to grab this outer face. We're gonna grab this inner face. We're going to hopefully just go for it, and it works perfect. Excellent, excellent. She's looking great. Cool, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. We're going to put on, where's snapping? How do you do snapping? Or not snapping, how do I do automatically merge vertices? You know what, I'm not gonna worry about that. Instead, I'm just gonna do it manually. Scale in, get really close, like right there. We can grab everything, merge at distance. That did 0, which is terrible. That's not what I wanted. There we go, perfect. Grab you, bevel you. Hello, sir? Bring you in just a little bit. This looks a little weird. Just a little weird. I could probably go ahead and just dissolve that edge and dissolve this edge. Yep. And now I can take both of these and we can go ahead and put them together. Like that. And I'm gonna grab everything and merge by distance. 120, that is exactly what we want to see. Grab you guys and scale you in. Just enough, just enough. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and edge slide that up. Grab you, bevel you. You know what? Instead of doing that, let's edge slide you up first. Bring this guy, scale him out and down just a little bit. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Grab Z down. So now I should just have to bevel these two, right? What is happening? What is happening? There we go. Just a little bit of a ridge. We shade smooth, and honestly, already looking pretty solid. What makes it a little bit better is I probably want to squish some of this. So I'm going to do that in a second using a big grab. The inside also doesn't matter at all. So we're probably good to start grabbing right now. Let's do it. Let's go into Sculpt. Actually, before we Sculpt, let's go into Edit. Grab everything, subdivide once. No smooth. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 1. The inside of this, honestly, is kind of a liability. I think we don't want to worry about the inside too much. I will... You know what? This is fine. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, we got it. Let's go into Sculpt Mode, and I'm just going to grab a grab. We're going to push the whole thing in just a little bit. We're going to mush them up a bit. Just trying to make it look a little bit more like that shape right there. And I can grab very specific little parts of it and bring them out. Right there. Just make it look a little bit more real, I think is the goal. Okay, that looks a little bit more like a beanie. It probably needs to be a little bit more wearable, so I'll put it right there. And I kind of want to twist it a little bit. Like that. Okay. That's not half bad looking. There we go. I think that's good enough for me. I think I can live with this. So let's go ahead and crease it. Make a couple of nice little creases on here. That's a terrible looking crease. We probably want to fold all of this into itself a little bit more. So we can make that nice, like, inner crease that you can't see on the top. That looks perfect. That's too much. That looks perfect, dude. Cool. Okay. I feel pretty comfortable with this. I am going to grab it one more time and try and move it forward. It looks a little bit like a chef's hat to some degree, which I don't love, but otherwise, I feel pretty comfortable with this. Like this. Just a little bit of pushing back and forth to try and get it to look like a thing. It's always kind of in my interest to add a cloth to it, but I think this might ruin it. Yeah, it's gonna ruin it. Doesn't mean we're not gonna try. I'm gonna have to fix all of these normals for sure. Is that too much? Have I gone too far? I think I've gone too far. We're just gonna leave it like that. That's fine. It's pretty compelling just like this. So, now what? Now we need to... Let's fix a little bit of the geometry on this thing, because we're gonna get into a lot of problems here soon. So I'm gonna go boom, boom. We're gonna dissolve a lot of this. Okay, so we'll do it just like that, and then we'll go a little bit further down and do it like this. And you shouldn't have to see any of that. That one's all right, I guess. Yeah, who cares? The rest of it I can leave. I think that's good enough for me. I kind of want to give the whole thing a little bit of a soften. But I thought that would happen. Okay, yeah, that was a terrible idea. I want like a 0.2. We got clipping. We clipping anything? We're clipping... It doesn't look like we're clipping anything. Looks pretty good to me. Okay. Cool. Now we UV unwrap it. Whew. That's ugly. That is terrible looking. Let's UV smart. That's not gonna work. We want to cylinder project it. I think this might work. It looks a little gross, but I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so now we're in object mode, and I'm gonna make the pom-pom later, and I'm gonna make the turtle here in just a second. It's only been 10 minutes. What? I thought I was about to run out of time. We're going like 1,000 miles per hour. What is happening? Okay, so two things have to be true about this. One of them is... First off, I gotta get that thatching correctly. So I want to get this thatching really correct. Hello, CQDK. How you doing? I actually have a technique that I think will work. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to double check with just a color ramp first. So color ramp between red and black. Pretty sure we want red to be the primary color. Actually, let's just use constants. You just had a friend over? That's awesome. What'd you all do? What do the kids do nowadays? Every time I had friends over, me and my friends would take turns going back and forth between playing 3DS and whatever the console at the time was. So we would just jump back and forth between doing that with each other. And we'd just be talking the whole time. So we'd basically podcast when I was a kid. Did a lot of podcasts when I was a kid. Unless it was Junie. Junie and chat. Me and Junie would go on walks and basically play Dungeons and Dragons, but we didn't realize it was Dungeons and Dragons at the time. Okay, so I want to plug in UVs. Oh, it looks perfect. Oh, it looks absolutely perfect. We're here. We've done it. Scale goes way up. Oh, we're here. We've done it. We've done it, folks. Cool. So I just want less black. Like right there. And we'll shift the reds around just a little bit. But otherwise, this is it. Perfect. So I'm going to want to crosshatch this like this with a Y as an overlay. Close enough for me. Honestly, we're going to give it a little variance of 10. I'm going to play with the factor until I get exactly what I want. That is pretty good. In fact, let's go back. Hold on. Check this out. If we want to be really accurate, I can just toss this up in here. And we can just say that this is an overlay or an add. Oh, I need to move this just a little bit. How am I going to do that? We're going to want to 0.5 that. We played some Call of Duty, then some Minecraft. She told me my aim was bad, so we played some Osu and read some comics. That sounds like what I do by myself. That's pretty cool. That's like pretty much exactly how I live my life. I love that. Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to try and move... No, that's not going to work. How am I going to rotate this? We want to move this slightly. I'm thinking a mapping node isn't going to solve this problem, right? I mean, that solves that problem for sure. What is this? What color does that make? That makes nothing? Okay, well, you know what? I gave it a college try. We'll put it right here. And I'll go ahead and just connect these together. And we'll up the scale just a little bit to make it look about right. And that's gotta be it. So let's go ahead and add a dark red. Right here. And we're gonna go ahead and switch it back over to ease. And I'm just gonna cut off the black just enough to make it look kind of cool. Boom. I mean, that is super good. I'm very comfortable with this. So I gotta ask myself, is this white? It is white. So now we can come over here and use this to solve pretty much everything. So normals, ooh, nope, we need to add a bump. And the bump goes to height. And it is inverted, inverted. Doesn't really do it. That should be all right. We'll stick with this. We'll say it's going to be negative 0.5. And it's 0.5. Suggestions still open. They just closed. Sorry to say. I streamed an hour early, so it definitely set the time off a little bit weirder than normal. But we'll be back. We'll be back next time with all the normal stuff. We'll get back into it. Don't you worry. I stream next week. I haven't decided on a day yet, but when I do, I will let you know. And we'll be perfectly ready for recommendations at that point. Okay, I mean, dare I say that this is perfect? Okay, CQDK is giving everybody a hydrate. Make sure you take a drink. Oh, that's good. That is real good. I'm going to put sheen. Yeah, sheen is going to follow that. And specular is going to follow this. That looks pretty accurate to me. Cool. I believe we've done it. So, let's real quick, while we're here, I'm going to add this little tag right here, and then we're going to add a turtle. Maybe we'll just put a turtle on here. Let's put a turtle on here. Okay, so we're back to the beanie. I think I'm safe to get rid of the reference. So I'm going to put on a turtle. Turtle, turtle, turtle. Jeffrey the Turtle, as I'm being told. If I'm trying to make a turtle, I'm pretty sure, fairly sure, I want to make an icosphere of 2. And I want to squish it. Turtle Diego? What is that? Is that a thing? What is Turtle Diego? What does that mean? Alright, so I'm going to grab all this. Ba-boom. I don't know if this is going to be a great turtle. Oh, Wendigo put together with turtle. Don't remind me of the Wendigo. That Wendigo was the worst thing I've ever made in my life. Okay, so I think if we do this, and I go like this, a little bit up, we got a turtle shell, right? Especially if I take it and I go like this. So before we do that, let's go like this. Just a little bit. It was great. I'm glad you think so. It was pretty rough. We'll do it just like this, and we will pop them out just a little bit and pop them up just a little bit. And I'm gonna grab the whole thing and pop it up a little bit, and that should sell the effect. So now we can take this whole thing, put a subdivision on it. Your Wendigo is pretty good, all things considered. That's gotta be a good enough turtle shell. This has gotta be a turtle shell. This is what I'm taking. This is the turtle shell. And now we gotta ask ourselves, are we gonna make ourselves a little bit of turtle fins? And I think we are. So let's pop this turtle shell down, bring it in. Just like that. Rotate you. No, it's too round. I think that's the way it's gotta be. I don't have that much time to think about it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this right here. Pop it out the back. And we'll just go for it. You know, I'm with such limited time, I gotta make decisions and I gotta go for them, right? Okay, so that is just about a turtle's arm. That looks basically perfect. They have little claws on the end, but I'm not gonna make the claws. I don't have time for that. I'm not doing that. There's a fly that really wants to hang out with me. So we're gonna just do 2 of the same. I'm sure the back legs are slightly different than the front legs, but I can't spend too much time worrying about that. we'll go ahead and make it a little bit different just to sell the idea. Like that. And like that. And that's our turtle. So I'll go ahead and pop this onto... Hold on. I gotta call this shell. You're gonna have to pop around shell. Oh, so close. There's the official stream sneeze of the day. Hope everybody was looking forward to it, because that was the one that you got. So let's go ahead and hit apply. We're going to hit apply. The ratio looks a little bit weird. These guys probably need to be a little bit bigger. Let's set origin to geometry, and we're going to put it to 0 on the X. These should all be on 0. I don't know why they weren't all on 0. Set origin to geometry. There we go. That's pretty good looking. Like, is that a perfect turtle? No, obviously not, but it looks pretty good. Okay, so all of this, apply, apply, join all that together, make it small, push it forward. We're gonna rotate them up by 90 degrees. And he wants to be on this side, so I guess we'll put him on this side. That's not what my aesthetic sensibilities are telling me, but sure. You can have this side. Right then and there. And he's going to have to be a little bit smaller than that. Honestly, that's good enough for me. Maybe make him a little bit bigger. Adding hair to the egg dude was definitely a weird idea. I could have told you that. You know, you're learning from me. Simo, I've learned a lot from you, but officially, you're learning from me. You're learning to, like, ruin your own pieces by experimenting too much. I'm happy to have a positive effect on you. So that you can officially ruin your artwork the same way that I do. Okay, so we got this. You might be inclined to color this like a turtle, but it is a pin. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It's going to be like a really nice looking pin. But now he's a fluffy boy. I'm going to check him out by the end of stream, don't worry. I'm interested to see this fluffy man. Okay, we're going to give him a nice gold... Where's the gold I want? That's probably a good color. There we go. That ain't half bad. That's pretty solid. I love this. Okay, so I have a little bit more time. So let's do two things first. Let's put the King of Steam back with his icon. Let's grab our hat and let's put it on his head. We want to make sure that we get it right. The beanie is nice. Thank you. Very appreciated. We've just been out here grinding for it, you know. Doing what we would do. Did I flip the beanie around backwards? Oh, I moved the turtle. My bad. There we go. We want to lower that, pop it back just a little bit. It's just barely clipping his head. There we go. He kind of looks like the Queen of England. He looks a little dopey. I think that red's a little too harsh. let's drop this down a bit. We want to desaturate this to like 0.8 and drop this down to like 0.8. And we want this one to come down to like 0.9 and a little bit more. We got the potato for the day. There we go. Not bad. Oh, wait, we want to add a subsurface. That's exactly what we want. We want to add a little bit of a subsurface, and then it should look perfect. Like a 0.1. And now we can up this red a little bit more now that we have that. That looks quite a bit better. Golden potato hurts your teeth? I would imagine so. Okay, so let's really sell it. I got 5 minutes. Let's sell the idea. Here's what we're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and make a I'm gonna make an icosphere of 1 really small icosphere. Right on the end of this guy. We're gonna really sell this idea. Alright, so that's that. So now I need to go ahead and put on hair. Where are we looking? We're here. I want hair. The hair needs to be tiny. Maybe 0.2 is alright. And I want the hair to be thicker than this, and I'm going to use children. So we'll go 30. Segments can be 1. I don't want to process that much. Okay, render. Hair shape. Diameter root is 4. Nothing is changing. Absolutely nothing is changing. Why not? Why is hair shape not affect anything? Render as path, as object, as collision. 4-meter diameter is wild. Yeah, that was pretty crazy looking. Let's go ahead and add just simple children. We'll go ahead and show as much as there will be here. Oh, it looks great. I just want the hair to be a little bit thicker. Simo, off the top of your head, while we're going very fast, do you know how to make them bigger? Because it seems like they don't want to get any bigger. Radius. No. It's going to have to be 0.15, I think. Because I look here, you gotta look at rendered to see. Okay. Hold on. Let's go 10. I'm about to crash my computer. Hold on. Get me out of here. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Okay, so I got a blender is not responding. There we go. We're back. And I'm going to drop this down to 10. I'm checking my stream. I'm making sure I'm not dropping any frames. I think we're all right. We're going to go down to 100. We're going to really drop this thing down. Oh, did I put 4 meters as my radius? Oops. Okay. As long as the stream doesn't die, we're gonna give ourselves a little extra time for technical difficulties. Whew. But we're here. I mean, we've done it. We've made the guy. I can't wait to post this. I'm gonna put him in like a little bath or something, like a little hot tub. So there'll be a little extra on the Instagram post than we showed on stream. So look forward to it. Assuming that the computer doesn't die, I'm checking myself. I'm like moving around a lot, trying to see if I can like make sure I'm not dying. Okay, so we're here. Diameter is gonna be 0.2. And now we wait for one more load and it should be good. Okay, not bad. 0.2. Oh, it looks great. 0.3. Oh, it looks so good. That sells the idea for me. It could use a little bit of love, but honestly, I'm not upset about this. Let's go ahead and add, let's add 4 segments. Oh, she's gorgeous. We can't add a texture to it. I was hoping to add, our shape to it. So if I go like this and we hit up, what is this material called? We're gonna call this beanie. Spelled badly. If I go beanie. All we get is this. So I want subsurface down to 0. And now it looks really weird. Yeah, it's still 20 centimeter radius. I see that. 0.06. 0.06. Okay, so we do this, and then we go children to 100. Hey, okay, this is more of what we want. So 0.03. 0.03. I don't want to close the tip. And then we want like 300. 300. I'm trying to bend it. I'm not sure how I'm going to bend this. 0.2 on the clumping. Okay, 0.05 on the clumping. There we go. Okay, so we want like 0.02. And that's it. We've done it. So let's grab that and bring it down just a little bit. We've made a guy. He still looks a little bit like the Queen of England. But honestly, he is cool. I love him. This is my favorite man. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to call it there. We're 3 minutes over, but some technical difficulties. That's fair. This is him. This is our man. Let's get a full shot of him. Let's get him nice and framed on stream. There we go. He's nice and sweet there, hanging out, being a real bud. That's not bad for 3 hours. I'm pretty proud of this. Could he be better? Yes, he could be better. I could have done much better. But like, knowing me, knowing my abilities, I like this guy. He's great. So this is the guy who sits in the water and sells you hot tub tokens. He's cool. So yeah, that's going to be it for the Blender part of the stream. I'm going to take a quick little break, and then I'm going to be back with Sonic Generations. So if you want to see me get upset at a game that I thought I liked that I think is not good anymore, that's what we're doing. So I'll be right back. I'll go ahead and switch on over. Peace.